regular season. Indiana and Connecticut, Aaliyah Boston and Olivia Nelson-Ododa, as Connecticut wins the opening tip, and it's Anissa Morrow beating everyone back.
Well, Morrow, coming back off injury, did not play in the last 8, and it's good to see her back for the Connecticut Sun, but that's a quick bucket for the Sun.
Clark catch and shoot, and dials up a triple. Her first look of the game goes down. Fever are coming off a 20-point victory over New York on Saturday, a game where they trailed by double digits in the first half. Used a 52-21 run to put New York away. Billings had it, lost it, loose ball foul. It's Fever basketball.
Number 47 in orange, Layla Lacan, is the player for Connecticut that you have to keep your eye on. She's a tremendous defensive presence, and she's also one of their better scorers. She had a career-high 26 2 games ago against Phoenix.
This Indiana offense continues to excel, and Kelsey Mitchell, who's been brilliant, has her first 2.
Unguardable. What a pass.
Mitchell had 33 against New York on Saturday as Nelson-Ododa ducks in and finishes.
Diamond Miller will get a chance on Caitlin Clark first.
Clark knocks down a 3. She's 2 for 2, and that backcourt is lighting it up here in the first 2 minutes. Ledger Walker hangs midair, turns it over. Mitchell with a steal. 2-on-1. Clark with Billings. Oh, and Billings is blocked at the rim. Good defense by Nelson-Ododa, who recovered nicely for Connecticut. Nelson-Ododa feeds inside, too high for Morrow, and Connecticut turns it over.
It's all about pace against Connecticut. It's playing as quickly through your axis as you can, and this is just a great play. Good clear out on the backside. A great cut by Mitchell and a nice delivery by Boston.
Mitchell and Clark combined to average 44 points per game. They've got the first 8. Aaliyah Boston missing inside. Boston coming off a real nice performance against New York as well. Did a little bit of everything, offense, defense.
Connecticut prefers a slower pace.
Morrow missing on a 3-ball.
And they are the worst 3-point shooting team in the league.
They take the fewest, they make the fewest. Indiana, though, gives it right back. Their first turnover of the night.
Good hustle by Lexi Hull to get back on defense. Indiana missing a couple of buckets in the paint. No Brittany Griner tonight.
Nelson-Ododa's enjoying her best year as a pro, and Lacan off the inbound.
That's a scouting report inbound play. Indiana gets beat on that several times this season.
Clark trying to shake off Lacan, gets to the rim. Pretty reverse, and Caitlin Clark has it all going here in the first.
8 of the 10. Caitlin Clark, such a crafty, creative finisher. Little hesitation. Maybe got away with an extra step, but Fever will take it. You want to make Connecticut play as fast as you can.
They are 9th in the league in pace as Rivers rolls that one out. Indiana is first. They lead the league in offense. They lead the league in scoring. Time Clark turns it over. 3-on-2 for the Sun. Lacan, cross court. Rivers left alone. Their 3-ball rims out. Billings in the paint, got the step and lays it home.
Look at that quick move on a mismatch with Lacan defending her as the point guard on a bigger player.
Fever have hit 5 of their first 7 shots. Nelson-Ododa through traffic and 1.
Yeah, Nelson-Ododa is having a fantastic year. She has improved in every aspect of her game, and each month her scoring has gone up. There'll be different space on the floor for her tonight without Brittany Griner. Let's see what she can do with it.
Olivia Nelson-Ododa in year 5, averaging career highs in scoring, assists, rebounding, and field goal percentage. She's 61% free throw shooter, but rolls that one in. Connecticut, despite that 7-19 record, they've won 5 of their last 9. They're 5th in the league in defense over that time. And they forced turnovers as well as just about everyone. And it's a pick 6 for LeCon.
That's too long and too flat of a pass from one side of the floor to the other. Too flat lateral pass.
Clark from way downtown hits another 3. She's 3 for 3.
Caitlin Clark, shoot till your arm falls off. I'm ready for another 45 night. Who is it?
Friday night was one of the greatest performances by a player in WNBA history. Clark had 45 and 10. She did it in 29 minutes. Already has 11 in the first here tonight. Nelson Adota short on a 3.
Good D, forcing a tough uncontested 3.
Clark,
that pass.
Bouncing for Boston. And Indiana's offense is humming.
Pure joy, Pat. Loves to compete, wants to win. She told us in the tease, deep from 3. Clark's got it all working early. And that's why she works on her game so hard. She continues to add, and she continues to play with great pace. And I say it all the time, Pat, unguardable in the WNBA. No one can keep her in front.
Well, as Kelsey said, it truly is remarkable. You can't tell how her game's going by watching her demeanor. But she has been playing perhaps better than any player in the WNBA here over the last few weeks. Kennedy Burke leaves a 3-ball short. Offensive rebound. That was Nell Angloma who just checked in. And Rivers rattles it home.
Sanaya Rivers had an ankle injury, played one, missed one, didn't play on Sunday. Good to see her back in the lineup as well.
Clark tried to spin off Ledger Walker. Just missed that one short. She had hit her first 4 shots. Clark has scored or assisted on 15 of Indiana's 17 points to get them started here tonight. Rivers, backdoor, pretty reverse.
Yeah, that's a speed advantage in that Rivers matchup. So quick, so long, and so athletic.
Oh, it's quarterback Clark on the other end, linking up with Aaliyah Boston.
Sees all 9, Pat. Sees the entire floor. Looks straight to the rim, and there is Boston.
It's about a 65-foot pass from Caitlin Clark. And Cunningham will be tagged for the foul. Nell Angloma, a rookie out of France, 20-year-old, will head to the line.
Angloma is turning into a really nice player. Our first-round draft pick, number 12 overall this year. Getting extended double-digit minutes the last 5 games.
Reagan Beers will check in for Nelson Adota. She is a rookie too, undrafted in fact. Angloma sinks the pair. Well, the Fever shooting 73% from the field. They've knocked down all 3s, but Connecticut hanging with Indiana so far. Mitchell, Boston, the All-Stars showing out.
What a quick delivery. There wasn't much space to get that ball to Boston.
19 of Indiana's 21 have come from their big 3. Rivers on Boston got the step.
Oh, they switched that ball screen. And Boston got stuck on that matchup. So Rivers has taken Cunningham to the hole, and she's also taken Boston. Look at this quick little delivery. What a pass by Mitchell.
So far, this has been played at Indiana's pace, yet Connecticut's hanging around within 2. Mitchell, step back 3 and 1. She continues to pour it on.
It's her basket cutting, her scoring cuts, and it sets up her 3-point shooting. Drives the defender back, gets organized behind the 3-point line. And when you get somebody off balance and they try to come with that long closeout, it's too late for Mitchell.
Timeout on the floor. Indiana has hit 10 of their first 13 shots. They're 4 of 4 from the three-point line. That would be a WNBA record. Have come out firing here in the first quarter. Mitchell has 6. Mitchell turns the corner, whips it around to Cunningham. Too strong on a 3-ball. Tips in the offensive rebound and the putback.
KK Timpson, Maisha Hines-Allen are playing their roles well. And so is Ty Harris when she gets in the game.
How about the unselfishness of Kelsey Mitchell to whip that one out to Sophie Cunningham there.
You need the players off the bench playing their roles at a very high level, and Indiana has that happening right now.
Hines-Allen called for the foul on Kennedy Burke.
So that was a 6-point play on the other end of the floor.
At the line for the Sun, number 25, Kennedy Burke.
Kennedy Burke in her 7th year out of UCLA, played a couple seasons, her first 2 in fact, in Indiana. Was with the Fever in 2019 and 2020. Helped New York win a championship and now is one of the veteran leaders on one of the youngest teams in the league. Misses Hines-Allen. Indiana turns it over.
They run Caitlin off the Kelsey Mitchell play, which I like to call that wide pin down. Little unselfish there by Caitlin trying to hit the roller.
McCann over Clark, knocks it down. 6 points in the first quarter for Layla LeCon. There's Mitchell on Miller. Oh, going through the legs. Fired up a difficult shot. That was defended well. And Miller is an athlete. Coast to coast. Kick out. Rivers on the shot fake. Floater too strong.
Well, Connecticut makes the most percentage of their points in the mid-range. I mean, they're not a 3-point threat necessarily, but they can score in the mid-range and get to the free throw line.
Clark are looking really confident here in the early going, and they're Connecticut great at turning you over. They force 16 a game. That is 2nd in the league, and they forced 4 here tonight, but they've turned those into 6 points. Connecticut is +6 off of the turnover here in the first quarter. And Ty Harris, who has played wonderfully here over the past few weeks in that backup point guard role, checking in for her first minutes here tonight. Shot clock down to 3. Mitchell fire away.
Ready to get in front of Rivers. Oh, she just glides to the rim. Wow. Super speed.
Rivers sucks up on Mitchell. Mitchell putting on the moves, and the left hand goes.
Can't guard back. Cannot guard her.
That Fever backcourt just oozing confidence right now. Mitchell and Clark have combined for 19 first quarter points. Harris drives on Beard and gets right to the rim.
Really attacking in transition, looking for opportunities before Connecticut gets organized.
Burke 3-ball off the mark. Indiana looking to run at any opportunity here. Hines-Allen, left hand, flips it home.
What a play. Indiana right now getting whatever they want offensively.
McCann gets the step, can't finish at the rim. Mitchell launches and hits. It's Mitchell's second 3. She's in double figures. And a 9-0 Indiana Fever run. What a shooting display in this first quarter for Indiana. They are 71% from the field. LeCon leans in. That won't go. Offensive rebound and the stick back. Just under 5 seconds left in the first. Harris has been good in these moments.
I think they're trying to give a foul there because they had a foul to give.
Number 15, Reagan Beers, her first.
So Reagan Beers is called for the foul. Now 2.4 to go in the first. Fever will try to get one last look. Cunningham has to fire, one hand.
4 assists and 5 for 6 from the three-point line. Stephanie White was asked in the pregame.
As Clark hits her 4-3. He's got 4 in 8 minutes.
You notice how I laid out back because I knew that was going in.
It's almost like you've called a Caitlin Clark game before. 1 or 2. Ping pongs around. Sophie Cunningham pulls it down for Indiana.
Well, she's not on a minute restriction. That's what I was going to say.
Bouncing, Clark inside, Boston, and 1.
Pouring it on, getting whatever they want. They've got the defense all spaced out, and they attack so quickly, it's hard to rotate. Look at Clark, pump fake, drives Diamond Miller back, organizes her feet, and then this assist right here. After she hits another triple.
Boston misses the free throw. It's a 15-point lead for Indiana. And the Fever averaging 94 per game. They're over 40 here in just 11 minutes played. Miller tiptoeing the sideline and couldn't pull it off. Connecticut turns it over.
Diamond Miller's had some experience going against good players in her time at Maryland. She would have played against Caitlin Clark in college.
Clark, 5 for 5!
Come on, Caitlin, shoot till your arm falls off. What a screen by Boston.
Well, Caitlin Clark might have had the best performance by a guard in league history on Friday. 5 days later, she's hit 5 threes. Miller missing, and Clark has 17 points in 9 minutes played.
Watch Aaliyah Boston right here. Set this screen for Clark to come off it. This is well done. Boom. Takes Miller out, gives Clark separation. Well done.
Just like that, Indiana is up by 18. Clark looking for more. So poked away. LeCon, one of the league's best defenders on the perimeter.
Caitlin hit 5 triples the last time they played Connecticut in the game. She's already got 5.
Harris gets inside. Clark thought about the 3. LeCon to take her space. Boston wide open, too strong. Boston pulls down the rebound. Cole will try her luck. Already 7 threes for Indiana as a team. And this aggressive defense forces a turnover. Harris drives on Rivers, had it blocked at the rim. Shot clock still at 15 for Indiana.
Sanaya Rivers having a very good game off the bench for Connecticut. She's 4 for 8 with 8 points.
Harris flips it home. Timeout, Rashid Meziam.
And of course, you're a threat yourself to score, which makes it really tough and dangerous to go against.
Well, this is game number 27 of the season. It's the 21st time the Fever have led by double figures as Nelson Adota finishes at the rim.
Good timeout by Connecticut to get organized and to get a good set in off the ATO.
For the Fever did have a 17-point first half lead against Seattle on Friday that needed those Clark heroics. Here is Clark, and there's her first miss.
Off the flare screen. Fever running a play for her.
That might have been her best look. She was too open.
A lot of times she gets her threes unassisted. You know, this time they ran something for her.
Lacan, corner three, too strong. Clark out muscling Morrow for the rebound. Fever offense has been in absolute rhythm all night. Foul on the floor going against Connecticut.
I mean, this looks like a connected bunch tonight, right? Regardless of who's on the floor, it is all looking very seamless. It's working well offensively.
Clark on the handoff for Boston. Here is the Fever center, four-time All-Star. Locked at the rim, Nelson Adota. Boston gets it back. Nelson Adota, great job, great defense there at the rim to force a couple of misses.
Good call, shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation.
I thought Aaliyah Boston took one dribble too many underneath. I mean, she already had Nelson Adota on her hip. And she definitely has a little bit more strength and girth than Nelson Adota.
Nelson Adota, Timpson deflects the shot, Boston pulls it down. Clark eyes ahead, Mitchell is wide open. Offensive rebound, Mitchell to Timpson. Indiana making all the right reads. Lacan shot clock down to 6.
You go under all actions with Lacan because you don't want her to do that, and then you got KK at the rim.
What a defensive presence she has turned into, especially over these last few weeks. Boston, deep position, size advantage, and one.
When you run ahead of the basketball in transition, Clark's bringing the ball up the floor. Boston gets an early seal, a two-handed catch, and then muscles it over that left shoulder. That's what I'm talking about, making the game easier, right? I mean, she's got 2 feet in the paint. She's got an advantage on her defender. Clark waits till she shapes and then throws it in there.
Well, in Indiana's final game before the All-Star break, all 3 All-Star starters are in double figures in the first half. Clark with 17, Mitchell with 11, Boston has 11.
2-2-1, back into a zone. Fever in a 2-3.
Just gonna dare Connecticut to shoot it.
Yeah, so you don't want to come out with too long of a closeout. You got to know personnel. It's not a great three-point shooting team. I like the change by Stephanie White, but you can't give up a drive.
Clark cross it over, feed inside. Billings, patience, back outside for Clark. Clark putting on the moves. I'll say that is on the floor. She was not interactive gathering. But that is the 4th foul on Connecticut. The Fever, who got into a little foul trouble in the first quarter, have not committed one here in the second.
And they have not put Connecticut in the bonus. Did they put her in the bonus in the first quarter?
Clark looking for Mitchell. And Mitchell will head to the line.
Yeah, no, Pat. They only had 14 fouls in the first quarter. So that's another emphasis that Indiana is getting better at, is keeping the other team off the free throw line.
Shooting for your Fever.
Especially in this matchup, right? Because when you have a team that struggles to score, they gotta. Connecticut's looking to score off of any situations. I would expect to see Indiana go back with the 2-2-1 back into the zone off of made free throws by Mitchell.
Last 5 games, Fever fouling 18 times a game, which is about 6 fewer than they have been throughout the course of the season. So there is notable improvement there for Stephanie White's group.
They have improved, and they are still #1 in fouls in the league. So they're getting better. There's the 2-2-1 back into the zone. Then they match up. And there's a lot of different ways that you can play the zone. You can match up on 3 passes. You can start in zone. You can match up under 10 on a shot clock. You can match up when teams drive to the paint or throw a penetrating pass to the block. There's 3 different ways, and you don't know. It's unpredictable, so you don't know what Stephanie White's call is.
Boston on the drive. Boston gets it to go. Fever still shooting it at a remarkable clip, 61% from the field. Ledger Walker can't hit Connecticut's first 3. Indiana's hit 7. Clark has 5. To a cutting hole, feed inside Billings, and Indiana's unselfishness has been off the charts here in the first half.
Look at Aaliyah Boston work right here. Fakes the dribble handoff, and you see Beers out of position. She reads the wide open lane.
At the line for your Fever, number 25, Monique Billings.
Well, you look at Connecticut, and you see that 7-19 record, and a performance like this might not jump off the page, but the Sun, over their last 9 games, are 5-4. They just split 2 in Phoenix. They won in Minnesota. Rashid Mezion's group is 5th in the WNBA defensively over the last month coming into tonight. And the Fever are just putting up offensive fireworks against a defensive team that has been playing at a really high level for numerous weeks now.
Well, the Fever have not had many offensive possessions where they're going against the set defense. So they've been playing in transition, and that is harder to guard.
Miller hits a 3, and it's Connecticut's first.
Now, Diamond Miller is a 29% three-point shooter, but she has been shooting it a little bit better. That's her 22nd of the season.
Clark going behind the back, just blows by Ledger Walker and lays it home. 19 in the first half for Clark. Beers had it knocked away. Mitchell with the steal. Mitchell, Clark. Oh, with the offensive rebound. Mitchell retreating. Shot clock down to 6. Boston backdoor. 2 more for Mitchell.
So good. 60 points. They had 65 in the second half against New York in their last game.
Kennedy Burke. Now 2 straight 3s for Connecticut.
Okay, so Indiana needs to make an adjustment. Get out a little bit longer on that closeout.
Indiana's already hit their first half season high for points scored. Clark goes behind the back and draws the foul.
I also want to make a correction. Indiana didn't have 65 points in the second half against New York. That's what I read in the game recap. It was actually 63.
And 64 is the franchise record. And the Fever are 3 shy of that franchise record here. And they've got 2 minutes to get there.
2 minutes remaining.
A really important 2 minutes here for Connecticut.
Ledger Walker off balance. Beers pulls it down. Offensive rebound. Miller lines up a 3 and it goes down. Connecticut had not hit one, but now they have dropped 3 in the past 2 minutes.
3 consecutive scores for Connecticut.
Indiana's lead Still at 23 points.
Got to get some movement. There we go.
Clark bouncing inside. Hines Allen, extra pass. Hull delivers.
Great hammer screen on the backside by Mo Billings. They got to the second side.
And with 65 points, the Fever now have a new franchise record for most points in a half. They're looking to add on to it. Hull spinning, step through, and one! Lexi Hull! Indiana continues to pour it on in a historic first half.
Caitlin Clark's going to come this way. There's some action here. Now watch Mo Billings on this side set the hammer screen on the backside. This is going to free up Lexi Hull. It is so good. Perfect execution, resulting in a triple. And here's a chance for Lexi Hull to get an and one for 6 quick points for the Fever.
So Hull knocks down a 3, and then 3 the old-fashioned way. This is just a stunning offensive output. 68 points in 19 minutes.
That's a freedom of movement call inside on Hines Allen. Trying to get off the Beers contact, and Beers doing a good job of hanging on to the contact.
All of a sudden, Diamond Miller in Connecticut red hot for 3.
Diamond's got 3 triples.
That is their 4th. Indiana has hit 8. But the Fever have not missed a beat offensively. They still lead by 24.
Indiana got to be aggressive here because Connecticut is stepping up their aggressive play on both ends. We're going last possession.
Mitchell trying to fight through a screen. He's called for the foul, and Diamond Miller took exception to it. So Indiana, who had done a great job of not fouling, and picked up a few here late in the second quarter. Both teams are now in the penalty. Diamond Miller will shoot free throws.
You know, I had a conversation with Diamond before the game tonight, and I asked her how much muscle she added to her frame. It's somewhere between 10 and 15 pounds. She said, I used to be skinny. Now I'm not. Strong. She looks great. She put a lot of muscle in, a lot of time in the weight room.
She was 1 pick after Aaliyah Boston. Things didn't work out in Minnesota, dealt with some injuries, hoping this is a new home. Mitchell, coast to coast, beats the buzzer. Why not for an Indiana offense that just put together its finest for 3. Clark had 5 threes in the first half. She hit her first 5. Boston over Nelson Adota gets us started.
Nelson Adota did not have any fouls in that first half, so expect her to be aggressive here in the second.
Anissa Morrow leaves her first shot short. Hull pulls it down.
And the best offensive rebounding team in the league doesn't even crash the glass because they're worried about the Fever's transition game.
Mitchell misses on a 3, puts it on the deck, and can't get the roll at the rim. Clark is 7 of 10 from the field. Mitchell is 6 of 10. Boston 7 of 11. All 3 have been efficient. Billings pulls it down, and she'll take it coast to coast.
Really nice job by Caitlin Clark to jump out on that ice and ice that ball screen, and everybody load to the ball.
Lacan, skip pass. Miller drives on Hull. Shot won't fall, out of bounds off of Aaliyah Boston last. It'll stay with Connecticut.
Lexi Hull does a lot of things that don't show up on the stat sheet. That was an example right there defensively of her closeout and being able to contest that shot by Miller. And here, getting over the top of the screen, even on LeCon, even though you don't want to go over the top, there was space to do it. It was a good read.
And then Hull got the deflection. Boston pulled down the loose ball. Clark lobs ahead. It's right on the money for Boston. Well, how about this start to the third? You just had to imagine Connecticut was going to come out the hungrier team. And Indiana, who had a 24-point lead with the first 6.
It's great anticipation by Boston, and Clark rewards her for her ability to run to the rim. And Aaliyah Boston catches those passes. Very rarely do you see her not put 2 hands on it. She does such a great job, and Clark puts it right on the money. And the
Clark 2-on-1, she feeds Mitchell.
I love the trapping mentality, the unpredictability of it. And Diamond Miller with 4 triples. You have to change the way you guard her on the scout.
Well, this would be a 40-point game if it weren't for the recent hot shooting of Diamond Miller. But Indiana just absolutely engaged offensively. That is Clark's 9th assist. She's got 21 and 9. Nelson Adota knocked away by Clark.
Out of the timeout, Indiana doing a great job. Watch right here, off the ball screen, there's the trap, and then watch Clark, the hedge, the tip, the deflection, and then they're gone the other way, 2-on-1. So well done by the Fever defensively.
Fletcher Walker, shot clock down to 2. Does she see it? She does not. And Connecticut turns it over for the 10th time tonight. They have now credited Clark with a 10th assist, so she's already had a double-double. Her 16th 20 and 10 game of her career. Reagan Beer is able to take that one away from Boston. Here's Miller running the floor, too strong at the rim. Mitchell giving chase. Clark sees 2 off the Boston screen. Clark weaving, Clark feeding, but behind Boston. Morrow had it knocked away, but they will say contact as well. Foul on Boston.
I mean, Connecticut has no choice but to try to play faster. I mean, you mentioned their pace. They have not been able to get Indiana in a quarter-court game, and that's what they really need to do to try to dig into this.
Away from the play foul on Indiana, which will be a free throw and possession for Connecticut. Leah Boston.
I call that on Boston. I thought it was on Billings.
Picks up her 2nd foul in just a couple minutes. Andrew Walker hits the free throw.
Into the Sun for 33, Nell Roma.
I thought it was on Billings, and Rivers should have been at the line.
Beers at Boston, wraparound pass. Billings deflects. Boston comes down. Here's Caitlin Clark. Indiana back off to the races. Clark going at Miller. Miller sticks right with her. Bouncing for Hull, and Rivers got a piece from behind. Not a bad foul if you're Connecticut. Really.
Lexi Hull really doing a good job working without the ball.
Clark goes behind the back. Clark spinning on Miller. Clark flips it up, gets the roll, and one.
Wow. You cannot underestimate how much time Caitlin Clark has spent in the gym working, perfecting creating.
At the line to complete the play, number 22, Caitlin.
She's got her focus on.
And to your point, that looks like a circus shot, but it's a heavily practiced, highly worked on shot for Caitlin Clark.
Right foot, left foot, right foot, wrong foot. You got to be able to make finishing moves at the rim. Off both feet.
Indiana with their largest lead at 33, moving screen on Beers.
Offensive foul, 15, Oregon Beers for 30.
Well, you look at where the Fever were late second quarter against New York. They were down by 13. And then absolute domination of the Liberty in the second half. And Indiana has not missed a single beat here tonight. It's a rolling Boston, and she'll shoot 2 at the rim.
Sun, number 22.
Spins away from 2. Connecticut late, scrambling to protect the rim. Rivers late, and Boston at the line.
And for the Sun, number 25, Kennedy Burke.
Kennedy Burke will check in for Anissa Morrow. One more coming for Aaliyah Boston, who's an 81% free throw shooter. 1 of 3 tonight. And since halftime of that game on Saturday, the Fever have now outscored their opponent by 50 points. That is in just over 4 quarters of action. Beers, deep position, and banks it home. Picking up Clark here at midcourt, knocked away by Miller, allows her to go over and back. And now Clark will shoot the technical. And that'll give her 25. Remember, she had 45 in this building just 5 days ago. Her career high going into Friday night was 35. She's just 10 away from that. Here with a quarter and a half to play. Mitchell on the attack, can't get it to go at the rim.
Look at the speed of Rivers.
Rivers going coast to coast and
So
lays it home.
So good. So talented. Working on her three-point shot.
Clark from way downtown. That would have brought the house down on a night where it's felt like everything else has dropped. Mitchell fires it home.
Doesn't over-penetrate, gets the switch, has enough space, floats it in.
It is Kelsey Mitchell's 11th straight 20-point game as Beers gets the position and lays it in.
Yeah, nice pass by Burke away from the defense.
Mitchell has not been held under 20 points in over a month. Clark spinning, feeding, lays it home. It's Clark's 11th assist. And Beers splashes home a 3. She's had a nice last few minutes.
That's her second triple of the season. Look good shooting it.
7 points here for Beers. They have all come in the third quarter. But Beers also did just pick up her 4th foul.
You know, it's a great shot of Sophie, and before the game, in the pregame press conference, she took the high road on not getting invited to participate in a three-point shooting contest. Nobody can seem to tell me how players are selected, who actually was offered, who has accepted, who didn't. Cunningham should be in the three-point shooting contest.
There's no question. As Stephanie White will challenge this. Here's on Hines Allen. The left hand is short. That is muscle on muscle down there, and the Fever forward wins the battle.
Caitlin's going to shoot this. I got a feeling. She's going to shoot it.
Clark backing her way in. Double teamed Hines Allen. Clark lob inside, rolling Hines Allen. Too strong at the rim.
Coach's assist.
Pretty good defense.
When they go back and watch film.
Ellen Gloma. And Burke rattles in a three. Connecticut hits 5 per game. They have hit 7 here tonight. They need 17 to make this one a game. Clark putting on the moves. She hit her first 5. She's missed her last 4. Still 5 of 9 from the three-point line. As Rivers too strong. And a loose ball offensive foul on Gianna Neepkins. And that is the 5th on Connecticut. So the Fever are going to shoot free throws here.
The foul is on Sun number 5, Gianna Neepkins.
Well, somewhere between 21 and 22 points. That's the average quarter by an average team in the WNBA. Fever put up 36 in the first, 34 in the second quarter, and are now at 22 here. Still 2:37 left in the third. Goes without saying the Fever have never scored 100 in 3 quarters. That's in play.
In for the Sun, number 10, Olivia Nelson-Pagoda.
And the trio of Clark, Mitchell, and Boston are outscoring Connecticut by themselves. Gloma, aggressive take, but couldn't get it to go, and it's off of Connecticut. Fever basketball. Caitlin Clark and 4 bench players on the floor here for Indiana. Whistle off the ball, and it's going to lead to more free throws.
Foul, Sun, number 5, Gianna Neepkins, her 3rd.
And Neepkins has been called for 3 fouls in 4 minutes.
See, the game has really slowed down here. Let's see if the Fever can keep the pace. You know, this is generate some pace right here. Generate it with your defense. Stephanie White has coached a really good defensive game tonight. They have mixed up their coverages. They have pressed 2-2-1. Back into zone. We've seen them blitz, some traps, some ball screens.
Well, she referenced Indiana's defense after the game on Saturday as Rivers misses, saying, we're headed in the right direction, but we still have a lot of work to do. This will fall under the category of continuing in the right direction defensively. Clark crossing over, using that muscle, kick into the corner, and Harris can't get it to go. Indiana was red hot from the three-point line to start this one. They've actually cooled off considerably, but they found other ways to score.
Looks like she got a piece of the body.
Nelson Adota, high-low, Kennedy Burke, too strong at the rim.
They go horns, they try to invert from the weak side, post up Sophie Cunningham.
A 20-year-old Nella Gloma on Clark. Clark, shot fake. She likes this matchup on Neepkins. And a kick ball on Nelson Adota will reset the shot clock to 14.
Sun, number 24, Anissa Moro.
No Aaliyah Edwards either for Connecticut tonight. Really missing some players on their front line without Griner as well.
Clark sees two, whips it back for Harris, right up the gut, puts on the brakes. And out of bounds off of Connecticut, but the shot clock down to .5.
I think Ty Harris would like to have that decision back. I think she should have just put it up on the rim.
Simpson will tap it up, but a shot clock violation on Indiana. You can count on one hand the amount of times you've seen that shot clock winding down here tonight. Fast break points are a little deceiving. 11-6 advantage Indiana. Those are points scored within the first 6 seconds of the shot clock, but I think if you extended that to the first 8 or 9 seconds, it'd be a category the Fever are dominating. As Neepkins dials up a three. Connecticut's actually hit the same number of threes as Indiana has. Clark had her pocket picked. Rivers with the steal and lays it home.
Quick hands of Sanaya Rivers.
Clark is fouled by an aggressive Nelson Adota. It's a 30-point lead for the Indiana Fever. They've had it in cruise control since the first quarter. Rivers rims out, ping pong around. Morrow just fires it up and fires it home. Final 5 seconds. Deflected and stolen. And Rivers off the front of the rim. 27 in the
right now.
No minutes restriction for the first time for Clark. She's played 27 minutes. Austin's been playing about 27 per game. She's at 20. Backdoor pass, Neepkins lays it home.
Most teams get that 90-degree cut because teams are top blocking that pin down action. So when you dribble at the defender, they're trying to stay on top of that, and that's when they get open on the back door. Mitchell's excellent at it.
Indiana turns it over. Fever led by as many as 34 tonight. Their lead is 26 right now.
You can't play to the scoreboard if you're the Fever. You've got to play every possession like it's the last possession. So you need to keep your focus.
Morrow wide open. Can't get the three ball to go down. Mitchell left alone and cashes in. It's her 11th straight game with 3 or more threes made. That is a new WNBA record.
Can we continue to have conversation about Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark in the MVP conversation? You got Asia Wilson in it, right? She's the midseason winner of the award. I think you put Paige Beckers in that conversation. I'm not really sure from Minnesota. I guess people think Olivia Miles in that conversation. But Nafisa Collier's back for the Lynx, returning today. That's big news for the Lynx and for the W.
Well, I think it's safe to say the Lynx and probably the Valkyries have been the 2 teams of the year, especially relative to expectation with no Collier. But in terms of individual excellence, Fever right on their tails, by the way. But I think you could imagine a scenario where if the voting happened now, those 2 are in the top 5. A rare miss, by the way, from the foul line for Sophie Cunningham, who is an 89%er, 9th in the league in free throw percentage coming into tonight. She's hit 4 of 5. All 4 of her points have come from the foul line. Mitchell just took that one away from Rivers. Mitchell a deep 2. Offensive rebounds, Billings. Extra pass, Mitchell. Timpson whip it around. Extra pass. Ty Harris.
For 21 from the three-point line. That is excellent.
Rivers looking back door. Burke might have been out of bounds when she caught the ball. Morrow did a nice job to pull it down, though, and lay it in. Harris turns on the Jets, banks it in, and a foul. Three-point play coming for Ty Harris, who hit a three a moment ago.
I mean, Ty Harris playing off the drag. Naked, two-man game, weak side, pulls the help away from the midline. It's a really great read by Ty Harris. She's played well, played her job extremely well. She had 25 points in the first 13 games of the season. She has really turned it on in the last 13.
Nelson Adota too strong. Grace Van Slooten getting some fourth quarter run here. Oh, and jump ball is going to be the call there.
I mean, if you're going to blow a jump ball on that, you should have blown it the first time they spun around together.
Well, you rarely see a jump ball where it appears as if one player has so much of the possession. Van Slooten able to tack it back to Monique Billings. No harm, no foul. Cunningham spinning, step through, leaves it short.
Cunningham 0 for 4. She's got a couple of free throws. She got 4 free throws tonight. I thought she handled questions really well before the game about not being in a three-point shooting contest. Obviously, she's taken the high road on it, but I'm sure she felt a little dismissed by the league.
Ty Harris at the controls here for Indiana, and her emergence the last few weeks has been a big storyline. And Van Slooten gets the bounce. See that bench jump up for Grace Van Slooten. 8 points now as a member of the Indiana Fever. Splits that have gotten you to this point. Nelson Adota, the size advantage, and he uses it to get by Harris.
Well, Stephanie White and her staff see a bigger picture here, right? I mean, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be pushing your team towards the playoffs. So it's not okay to be sloppy or turn it over or not be focused on the next play.
Games. This is game 27 for Indiana.
I know Coach White and staff think about the defense, but the pace that the Fever play, the weapons they have on the floor, and when the big three are connected, communicating, and the others are helping space the floor, it's a lot of offense to have to score with. Now, you know, all year I've been saying, Pat, you know, there's players in this league, there's more players than ever that can make the defense wrong. Okay, that's 3 offensive fouls on Cunningham. That's a jab step foul, maybe? Did she throw an elbow?
You don't normally see the elbow to the arm called. You can see the frustration there.
Well, it's part of the fundamentals of, you know, like a jab step to create separation.
Nelson Adota, one bounce and a finish. We've heard Caitlin Clark talk about in some of these games where the Fever put up these eye-popping numbers, and she feels like the Fever haven't hit their ceiling in a game. I think this is pretty close to what she had in mind, and the only thing keeping the Fever from their ceiling tonight might just be the fact that they are up by so many points. And Stephanie White doesn't need to use them.
Sophie lost a shoe on that. Actually, it gives her a chance to talk about her shoe. She's got a colorway with Adidas. She's debuting them today. I like them. You like them, Pat?
I love them. You got a lot of good footwear on the floor right now. Caitlin Clark, of course, her new shoe. Kelsey Mitchell has gotten into that game. And Billings connects.
Yeah, nice job by Billings. Just doing her job really well. Nia Rivers is just so fast.
You know, Debbie, she went down with a gruesome-looking injury a couple weeks ago. It was the night of a Fever game. I remember watching it, not just on the floor, but with that burst of speed and that athleticism that has been a signature of hers and a reason why she was a first-round draft pick.
Of course, full transparency, she's an NC Stater. Helped NC State to the Final Four in 2024.
12.6 assists for her tonight. Seems like she always plays well against Indiana.
She has a bright future in this league.
Fever are now 3 points away from tying their franchise record. Most points in a game was 114, and that came in overtime. Billings pulls it down, turns, fades, fires, and hits.
Poised, composed, patient, excellent read.
Ledger Walker, backdoor pass, short at the rim. Does the record come here? Cunningham in transition. Oh, had it knocked away. Here is Sophie Cunningham looking for her first bucket. More Monique Billings, the step through, short at the rim, stick back is there, and it's a new record for most points scored in a game in Fever franchise history. And they do it without needing overtime, and they do it with 4+ minutes still on the fourth quarter clock.
Wow. Indiana, number 25, Monique Billings. First set, team starter.
The record for points in the WNBA, if you're wondering, 127. The record for points in a game in regulation, though, which I would argue is more prescient here, is 125.
Yep. So, what do you think with 4 minutes to play? I say yes.
By the way, the 125 record in regulation might surprise you if you don't remember it. It happened.
Was Connecticut and Phoenix involved?
They were not. It happened a month ago.
Oh, it was Toronto.
It was Toronto.
And they were, who were they playing? Marina Mabry had a big night. She had 51.
Against Los Angeles.
Fun to watch.
Oh, and those three are playing at a level like this. The Fever are near unbeatable. And Connecticut had won 5 of their last 9 coming into this one. As Harris connects from the foul line.
Getting a good look at Grace Van Sluten getting some extra extended minutes. Good film for a young player.
Reagan Beers rolling and gets it to go, and one for the rookie out of Oregon State.
Another young player that's getting extended minutes tonight without Griner and without Aaliyah Edwards. Rookie out of Oklahoma.
Well, if you're Connecticut here, you're shooting 46% from the field. You're 42% from the three-point line. You've hit 9 of your 12 free throws, 21 assists. You look at those numbers by themselves and you go, probably have a pretty good chance to win. And then you look up at the scoreboard and you're down 32.
All those numbers are above their season average. The difference is Indiana's efficiency on the offensive end. It's hard to stop it all. When they move the ball and they're connected, and they certainly have done those things tonight. They've moved the ball and they've stayed connected.
Indiana's largest margin of victory this year is 34. That was in Las Vegas. Now a message from Central Midwest Carpenters. Largest win in franchise history, 38. The Fever lead by 33 with 2:50 to go.
4 rookies on the floor for Connecticut.
Megan Beers couldn't hold it, and Connecticut turns it over.
You already talked about this being the youngest team in the league, Pat. This is their last year in Connecticut. Remember, they are moving their franchise to Houston.
Offensive foul against Lexi Hull. Fever, by the way, are tracking to set a franchise record in field goal percentage as well. That is 59%. The Fever right now at 62%. You're going to look back at this as inarguably Indiana's best offensive performance they have ever had.
And it takes a team and everyone doing their job well for that to happen.
Burke had it blocked. Offensive rebound, carves out some space and lays it in.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining.
Harris shot clock down to 5. Hines Allen buries a 3.
Indiana has really played well.
Now just 4 points shy of the most points scored in league history in regulation. Hines Allen knocks it away. Angloma's step through, difficult look, it won't go. Beers offensive rebound. They will swing it, and Kennedy Burke misses. So if you're the Fever, certainly one, maybe 2 possessions with the shot clock still active.
Gonna probably get 2 more shots out of here. Good reverse pivot by Harris.
And Cunningham is fouled.
Harris creating some space right there. Good footwork on the top of the floor.
Number 5, Gianna Nichols. Her 4.
Stay with us here as the clocks hit 0. Kelsey Casper will be chatting with Aaliyah Boston.
Shooting for your Fever.
22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists tonight for Indiana. 3 steals too. ...123 points. Is now tied for the 3rd most in a non-overtime game in the history of the league. Indiana has long passed their own franchise record of 114. Angloma misses. Beers offensive rebound. And Beers is fouled.
Indiana, number 2, Maisha Hines Allen. Her 3rd.
Indiana came into tonight with the highest scoring offense in the history of the league, over 94 points per game. If that were to hold, it would be the most points ever scored by a team in WNBA history. And right now, they are nearly 30 over that record-breaking number. It's startling.
A sold-out crowd, a big night from Caitlin Clark and the Big 3 with Mitchell and Boston. Everyone doing their jobs well. The bench was fantastic. You could really see the team coming together. The break's going to be good because rest is equally as important as reps at this point in the season.
Hines Allen, it won't go. But a franchise record 123 points for the Indiana Fever, a franchise record 62% from the field, and a dominant win for